Alright, so what I'm going to show you is going to be our new strict pull-ups track. So this will be able to show you modifiers. You can click and kind of scroll down. You should be able to see the strict pull-up. So this is for anyone who wants to continue on. This will be run till the end of the summer, so July period. It's there for those who just want to keep adding to the strict pull-ups, or just say actively get their strict pull-up. If you are looking to maintain it or get more, let me know. I can make something and make some changes for those who actively want to keep it. So the idea of this is for those to actively build their strict pull-ups as a continuation outside of the 6 weeks that we've already done. Technically a little bit more, but it's not too bad. Now, the idea of obviously this, you can see I've just done Monday and Wednesday. This is going to give you an example. It's always going to show Monday and Wednesday. It's not going to show Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because there's no point in populating it out. This will take roughly about 10 to 15 minutes for most people. The idea, and this is what I've given you, I've told you this is based on a scapular explosive star focus and then an eccentric horizontal pull support, right? The day one is particularly based on trying to get you better at the bottom portion where everyone is actively weak. So you can see we start with scalp pull-ups and kind of we focus on that, and I kind of give you just some things to just focus on, and then we do band assisted, and you can see it's like just use enough on the band to get you started. I want a rapid pull, and the idea is that I want you to start learning to initiate in a quick succession to create momentum to get over the sticking point, because as time comes on, the strength in the sticking point will become there. And then I've given you the optional finishes, and the points of the optional finishes are therefore one, that they're building strength through a different muscle that is being used, that people don't think about it, and two, to ensure that we are actively strengthening the biggest muscle groups that are going to be contributing. So you can see we have a hammer curl, so biceps, which is going to be a big thing, and then you can see on day two we're going to have a lat pull down. There's going to be slight variations between the weeks. Things are going to be repeated, but the biggest thing here is just giving yourself the ability 10-15 minutes after class or before class to just kind of just nail down these things. You repeat this long enough, and I can guarantee you're going to be having pull-ups, and things are going to be better. So that's going to be the biggest thing on that side of things. Proudly not sponsored. If you know someone who wants to sponsor for even more, please let me know. Now, for the bar hang, obviously we're going to start getting into that position. The idea of the bar hang is to create tension. So what I don't want people is just dead hanging through the joints. Actively create tension, bring yourself in there. We have quarter rep slow negatives. So basically you can see that we're jumping past the sticking point, and then we finish the rest of the pull-up, and then we just lower ourselves back down. And I think that's the big part here, is that you can see slowly to a dead hang 3 to 5 seconds. And the idea is that we're overcoming that point. Instead of using the band the whole time, we're actively jumping past that while stepping past the sticky point, getting good at the rest of the movement, and then learn to be strong on the way down. Then we got elevated ring rows, and the point of the elevated ring rows, whether you're going to use a plate box or however you wish to do it, or it could be a bench, is to build that lat strength. And you can see that what I want here is, like, you can see I've told you elevate your feet, keep your body horizontal, make it harder, and emphasize the first part of the pull. So it's less about you getting to the top, right? And it's more about you actively contracting from that bottom position, feeling that lat, contracting, and then initiating the pull. A lot of us are not tense enough, or not controlled enough, and don't use the initiation part really well, and that sticking point is going to be a thing. And you can see band lat pull downs are going to be the option at the end. Now I've already put up the first 2 weeks anyway for everybody. The rest of it will always be populated. The difference between day one and week two is just the fact that now we've got a dead hang plus explosive pull attempt. So we just go from a dead hang attempt to pull as hard and fast as possible. This doesn't matter if you go 1 inch, 20 inches, 5 inches. If you go 20 inches, you probably could do a pull up. Be realistic. And the idea of this is learning to contract quickly and explosively. It's an important part of actually learning to do a pull up, which is, can I contract the muscle instantaneously to do the movement? It also, as a long period of time, will actually help your actual development in the skill. Then we have assisted pull-ups. We do max reps, so we just burn out, and effectively the point of this is just overloading, so it's a volume overload. And then we do a scapular pull-up plus quarter pull-up combo, which is basically we start with a scapular pull-up and then we go into a controlled quarter pull-up. So effectively you want to go into that scap and then try to get over to that quarter. Now, based on in the gym, use the J hook. It's going to help you on this position. That quarter pull up, so that means like do that scap. Use your foot to help boost you just a little bit and finish that quarter range. And you can see we have barbell dumbbell rows. That's the option for you on there. And then week 2 is just going to be a repeat in terms of isometric strength. So you can see with the pause band pull-ups. So this is like pausing at that sticking point, getting used to the muscle to be able in that position. And then we want to kind of go into the negative repeats with a power start, which is jump to start the 1 inch above the movement, hold a second, and then lower slowly. So that's the biggest thing here. Feet elevated ring rows, return again, and then we have that optional band straight on lat pull down, and that's going to be something to kind of keep going. So we're going to alternate for this for a couple of weeks before I give you some other things just to keep moving forward. But the point of obviously the strict pull up part is the 10 to 15 minutes for those who actively want to do it. So I've kept that to a point on that. If there is anyone who actively wants more strict pull-ups, let me know, and then we can put a track in this for those who already have strict pull-ups and want to get better at strict pull-ups. Other than that, welcome to the basically strict pull-up track.